Hello and welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC and your daily reminder that the Reds are Premier League champions. And this Sunday, we are back in action, pre-season friendly at Preston, and Liverpool are to pay tribute to Diogo Jota and Andre Silva at that game. Liverpool have announced plans to honour the lives of Diogo Jota and Andre Silva before Sunday's opening pre-season friendly at Preston. It doesn't go as far as to say what exactly will be done, but there will be wreaths laid in front of the away end, which is obviously known as the Bill Shankly Kop. So I'm not sure if anything else. There'll be a minute's silence and a tribute on the big screen, and players will wear black armbands. And I was wondering if we might wear black armbands for the majority of the season. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. Moving on, Jordan Henderson has a new club. So the other day I went through the potential clubs. Now, I just assumed it would be Sunderland. It appears they didn't want him. And they did say Brentford was a possibility, and he is signing for Brentford on a 2-year contract. If he's the Norgard replacement in 2025, that's a downgrade. Norgard's a better player now. Henderson hasn't been good in a long, long time. But he will bring experience to the squad. And I think Keith Andrews is a rookie manager, that's taking over from Thomas Frank. So maybe that's the logic. But from a footballing point of view, it doesn't really make a ton of sense. And Brentford are going through a tough summer. Obviously, Thomas Frank is gone. Brian and Bomo might leave. Norgard is gone. Johan Vissa could leave. There's been some talk of Nathan Collins going as well. Hard to replace all of those players in one go. So it could be a tough enough season for Brentford. 8 Liverpool players with a point to prove this pre-season. Georgi Mamardashvili, obviously new signing. He's seen as the future. He's the long-term Alisson successor. So, yeah, I think that's fair. Don't think we'll judge too much, obviously, based on pre-season. But I think it's an opportunity for him to come in and establish himself as a strong number 2 to Ali. And the great thing is having a top goalkeeper like Mamardashvili will allow us to maybe reduce Alisson's workload a little bit and potentially then manage him a little bit better and avoid the risk of any injuries, hopefully. Then Connor Bradley. Obviously, Bradley is seen by some as the new right back, but we've signed Jeremy Frimpong, who's a better footballer at this point. Now, Bradley's a better right back, but both of them have similar issues. Neither of them are particularly good defensively. It's an area that they both need to work on. And for Connor, the biggest thing is he needs to stay fit. If he can stay fit, then with experience and with development and with coaching, he will improve defensively, and his decision-making in the final third will improve. We've already seen how impressive he is in that middle third. So we know the talent is there, but he has to stay fit. Andy Robertson. I mean, the first line of this is just silly. By his world-class standards, Andy Robertson's form dipped last season. Andy Robertson's been poor for 3 consecutive seasons. So no, his form did not dip last season. His world-class standards, I don't think he was ever world-class, to be clear, but they're a distant memory. He was bad in 2022, 23. He was poor in 23, 24, and he was bad again last season. His form didn't dip. He's just been bad for 3 years. With Turo Endo, I mean, I don't know that Endo has anything to prove. I don't know, like, he could go and have an all-timer pre-season run. He's still not going to be a starter. Dominic Szoboszlai, again, there's a bit of a misnomer here. The German Florian Wirtz, that is at his best in the number 10 position, but he's not really. He's best working from the left. which is where he's been the best player in the Bundesliga the last couple of seasons. So, I mean, his work rate is astonishing, but a lack of end product has been aimed at him with 6 goals and 6 assists in the league last season, far fewer than Wirtz's tally of 10 and 12. Right. Let's factor in, number one, Florian Wirtz playing in an easier league. And number two, Florian Wirtz playing a more advanced position and not being asked to basically defend the entire right-hand side of the pitch. So this is silly. Harvey Elliott, again, like Endo, I don't think it matters. I think he's going to leave. I don't think there's a future for him at the club. Like, he was fit most of last season. I know he had the early season injury, but he was fit for months and months and months. And Arna barely looked at him. So, don't think it matters what he does. Ben Doak is an interesting one. Last summer, he was offered the opportunity to stay and basically be the backup to Mo, and he didn't want to do that. He went out on loan. And for the second season in a row, his season ended with surgery. So, I don't know what he wants at the moment. Does he want to go and play every single week? Is he happy to stay and fight for a place at Liverpool? Potentially, you know, with a view on maybe someday becoming a starter? I don't know. My guess is if a good bid comes in, we'll accept it and move on. Jayden Danns, I mean, poor fella. He was meant to go to Sunderland in January, got injured, and never quite made it to Sunderland. Clearly talented, has the physical side of things as well, but he's going to have to prove it. He is one that has something to prove. Liverpool quietly unveil Georgi Mamardashvili ahead of official update. Georgi Mamardashvili is yet to be officially unveiled as a Liverpool player, but the club have begun the process of integrating their new £29 million goalkeeper. Yeah, so he is now officially listed on the club site. That's fine. I mean, we don't have to make a big song and dance about it. The deal was done last summer, so everybody knows it's happening. I don't think it's disrespectful to the memory of Diogo to announce it at any point, because again, it was done so long ago. Liverpool's pre-season fixtures in full with 6 games in 4 weeks. Let's see. So we've got Preston on Sunday. Then the team fly to Asia on the 21st. They play AC Milan on the 26th and Yokohama F. Marinos on the 30th. Then the Milan game is in Hong Kong. The Yokohama game is in Japan. Then they come back to England and they play Athletic Club twice on August the 4th. And then they play Crystal Palace in the Community Shield on August the 10th. So it's not overly packed, which is good. And there's plenty of, rest and training time in there. There's a good piece on Florian Wirtz and Tim Steed then, who signed him for Leverkusen from Cologne and was at one point strongly linked to our director of football job, talking about Florian Wirtz. So give that a read when you have a chance. On the women's side, we have big news. Liverpool have accepted a world record bid for Olivia Smith. So Liverpool signed her last summer for £200,000 from Sporting, and after one season, she has now garnered a £1 million bid, a world record fee, the first ever £1 million transfer in women's football, which is quite incredible. I mean, the first £1 million transfer in men's football was Trevor Francis, and that was Oh, he was Britain's first £1 million footballer. That was 1979. I don't know who the first £1 million player. Yeah, we know Trevor Francis was the first. In the UK. Oh, Giuseppe Savoldo moved from Bologna to Napoli in 1975. So 50 years ago, the men's game saw the first £1 million transfer. And now we're seeing the women's game's first £1 million transfer. So that's quite cool. So in about 45 years, there'll be a £200 million women's transfer. And God only knows what the men's game will be doing at that point. Liverpool striker wanted by at least 2 championship clubs. This is Luis Kumas. He's a good player. I do like Kumas. I wouldn't be against us keeping Kumas for the season ahead. Now, Sheffield United and Norwich are both interested. Norwich have made a big sale this summer, so they will be having a bit of cash to spend, but they might just want him on loan, and we might only be interested in a loan. Kieran Morrison also being linked with loan moves. It's quite a few, actually. Quite a few young players probably going to depart this summer on permanent deals and loans. Right, what else can we find? Liverpool.com. There is a piece about the Jota tributes. Rodrygo already explained why he rejected Liverpool as second chance emerges. It was something to do with schooling or something, wasn't it? If Diaz goes, and we do want to bring in a winger, he's the one to go and get. I mean, him, Barcola, or Morgan Rogers, one of the three. Imagine how upset Arsenal fans would be as well. Would be worth it just for the meltdown, because they're in complete meltdown over the signing of Noni Madeki. Whereas Spurs fans are elated because they signed Kudus, and today they're expected to complete a deal for Morgan Gibbs-White. Great business by Spurs. Really, really good business. But Rodrygo would be a really good signing for us. And I do wonder, Arne has talked a lot about how much he liked that PSG team. And I do wonder if part of him would like to replicate their forward line. Now, the best way to do it would be to sign Julian Alvarez and someone like Rodrygo. But if you can't get Alvarez, Morgan Rogers and Rodrygo will probably cost about 180 million for the pair. Might be a better way to spend your money than 150 million on Isak. We'll see what happens with Isak. I think it's going to go it's going to come to a conclusion in the next 2 to 3 weeks is my guess. I don't think it's going to carry on into August. I think we'll have to know one way or another this month. Liverpool just handed Anthony Gordon reminder that should make true transfer priority clear. I mean, the fact that he's not very good should be a reminder. So they wanted 80 million last summer, and they signed a new contract. And apparently now they want 100 million for Anthony Gordon. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with the game? It's a 40 million pound player, however there was one. Well, I suppose with the inflated prices going round, 45 million maybe.
Right, the Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts and even Liverpool legends along the way. With the Great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.